it's like if a person is drowning, you know, and they get caught in a suck hole, a whirlpool, a whirlwind. The water is spinning, and most of those people drown. Okay, and such is life. And the reason is because the whirlwind is taking you down. It takes you all the way down. And most people, even good swimmers, they try to swim out of the whirlpool. All right, the whirlwind. And while they're trying to swim out, the water's not going to change because you're trying to go another direction. All right. So the best way, if you're gonna make it out, you got to roll with it. All right. Now it's gonna take you down, so you got to learn to hold your breath on some things. That means not say what you want to say, not do what you want to do. You gotta go with life. All right. And it'll take you down, but guess what? The whirlwind always, but always shoots you back out. All right. You gotta learn how to hold your breath. A lot of times, you want to say something, you gotta learn how to hold your breath. Life is never just set for you. So in life, I found that there's over 6 billion people in this world. Over 6 billion. All right, closer to 7 billion. Even though all these people are dying all over the world, there's still almost 7 billion people in the world. Now, in this life, you're going to run into a lot of people you're not going to get along with or whatever. Okay? But God don't have stepkids, grandkids, nieces and nephews, and none of that. All people are his children. So that means that we, as we go through life, there are some adjustments that we must make. Okay? And we can't rely on other people to make the adjustments. So we knowing that there's 7 billion people in the world, and we're going to bump into some of them. And so in bumping into them, we got to know how to be in. We got to learn how to move, right? Instead of, because if you don't bend, you break. And if you break, you lose, right? So I read a book one time, and I want you to know that there's something great in you, right? It was in you before you came into this world. It's something great. I didn't say something good. It's that too, because everything God made when he got through, he said, and it was good. Yeah, that's automatic. But there is something great because your greatness is your purpose. Okay? He put that in us too. A purpose, a reason to be on this earth. Now, in knowing that we're great, we must be in search all the time for the purpose. That way our greatness can be shown to the world. Okay? So I read a book one time. It's called Releasing Your Potential. Okay? Your potential in another book, in the Bible, they call it a talent. Okay? God gives you to you. Okay? That's your life. See what you're going to do with it. All right? So in the book, the author was talking about the great sin of man. And he said that the greatest sin that he could ever conceive was not murder, rape, robbery, and mayhem. He said the greatest sin that he could conceive of man is that a man would live, would have this life, this talent, and to die with potential. He said, to just imagine a man who may have the cure, cancer. He has it, he thinks about it, he wants to pursue it, but he never does. Or a man who has a desire to build a rocket to the moon, and as a matter of fact, he might go to school to learn to build a rocket to the moon, but he never uses his potential and build a rocket. Therefore, he dies on Skid Row, poor and without. He says, oh, what a robbery, what a murder for a man to live and then to die and to take potential to the grave. He said, what a sin. What a sin. One of the greatest sins that he could ever conceive. He said that God gives us 100% potential. 100%. And we never use, or we hardly use a human 10 to 15% of the potential that God has put in us. So I encourage you to be all you can do. Do all you can do. Do all you can while you can till you can't. I'm going to say that again. Do all you can while you can until you can't. All right? When I leave this world, which I know I will, that's fine. I don't want to take nothing good with me. Nothing that can be used by you or by somebody else in this world. So if you got something in you, and all of us do, and it ain't for us, it's for those who we come in contact with as we trudge the road of life. So I say to you, welcome to life. It's a up and down world, in and out. It's all about, there's a lot going on in the world right now about separation. What makes us different, how we're not alike and all of that. Well, I think it'd be easier if we found out how much we are alike. I think it'd be better on everybody. Because we all need to be loved and cared for and care about others and feel good and make sure the people we care about feel good. That's something that we all have in common. So great is that brings us together and that would separate us. So every now and then you may run into somebody you just can't get along with. So that means it's time to be in. All right. Just being a little bit. Let them back. You get a metric thing.
Lean back.
That's one I can't get along with. That felt good. That's often. So I want to show y'all something because I believe everybody in here now pretty much wants to be treated like an adult. Is that right? Can I get a hand? Everybody want to be treated like a grown man, grown person? Okay, cool. All right, so that takes process. That is not just a given. Because I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of good old, there's a lot of good old boys. They might be 70 years old, but they act like a. So how they gonna be treated like a? And then there's a lot of young men. And they may get up in the morning on their own, 7 o'clock, whatever, get themselves ready to go, get to where they're supposed to be, do what they're supposed to do, get away from that place, go back home or wherever else they go, handle their business there, go home, get themselves get ready for the next day. We call them responsible men. That's the difference between the two. One is responsible and one is not. He might be 70 years old, but he acting like this here. He come home, he say, Mom, what's the toilet tissue? Mom, what we gonna eat? Mom, did you wash my clothes? He acting like a good old boy. And guess what? You're gonna be treated like a good old boy. Now, you want people to treat you like an adult. Here's your key coming, okay? I really appreciate you boys. I don't get a chance to use these like I used to. That's nice. So, have you ever seen a pen, Matthew Market? It's got green and purple. So because, man, I don't know which one I love the most. I got royalty on one end and one on the other. I think I just I ought to mix it up. Yeah. So this is the difference between two, and I already kind of started on it, but this is what's happening. So we want to be treated like an adult. I think everybody agrees with that. Nobody say they want to be treated like a child, but that's all right. There's a thin line between the two, all right? And we talk about respect being one of them, but there's another one. And it goes like this. Anything, no matter what happened, no matter when, what, how in a child's life, the first thing the child does is he reacts. He might fall out on the floor, kick the chair. Mama say you can't go outside. He throw, slam, cry, holler, scream, whatever you do, roll around on the floor. That's his reaction to life, to what's been said or done. Now, the next thing he do is he feels. Okay, you can tell he's in his feeling by watching it. Right? He's in his feelings. So that's the next thing he do. And the very last thing he does after he's reacted, after he's got his feelings, last thing he does is says, I can't go outside. He finally gets around to this part right here. He finally does this thing. He thinks. Well, no matter what happens, when, how, or what, in an adult's life, when he's acting like an adult, all right? You gotta remember that part. You got to be acting like an adult because you're gonna be treated like you act. You act like an adult, you get treated like an adult. You wonder if somebody ever treated you a certain way and you wonder why they treat you like that. Well, you have to ask yourself, how was I acting? Because that's what they treat you. Right? And that don't mean that everybody's gonna treat you right even when you act like an adult, but you gotta be aware of what's happening. All right? So when anything happens in an adult's life, they say the building on fire. The building on fire. Okay, you got fired. Okay. Something just happened to your car. The very first thing that an adult does in situations, life situations, is it's imperative. God said this is your brain. In other words, in another book passage, he said, I give you dominion. This is the dome. This is dominion. This is what gives you the power to make decisions, all right? And your decision is going to determine your outcome. So, first thing happens, no matter what happens in adult life, when you being an adult, acting like an adult, is you think, man, something happened to my car. I'm doing anything about it right now. You use that thing because that's what he gave it for, you know? It's a computer, you know? It operates real good when we use it real good. But if we don't use it, then it don't work. It'd be like, people be asking themselves, what was he thinking? He wasn't. That's his problem. He wasn't thinking. So, second thing that happens in a life, say the vehicle's on fire. No matter what. The next thing a person does after they think, then they react. They say, oh, the building on fire. And they thinking, you're thinking now, you know, God gave you 5 senses, you know, so that means you're going to use them in your thinking, all right? Smell, touch, taste, hearing, and the seeing, right? So I don't see no exit. That's one thought. So, do I smell smoke? I don't smell smoke. Do I hear sirens? There's the fire department on the way. So I got to start using what God's already given me in order to get through life situations. Because life situations don't always come. Right? Reactions to life, you got to know how, when it's time to be. You can't do not make a move until you think when you're an adult. The last thing an adult does after he's thought about it, after he's reacted to it, which hopefully is the right reaction, Okay, the building on fire. And with one door in here, I'm going this way. Right? That's thinking, right? Not thinking would be the building on fire and running to the wall. Right? Fall out on the floor, whatever. So the very last thing, of course, when a person is being an adult and acting like an adult, is they feel real good. They feel real good. They feel real good. They feel real good about making the right decision. Right decision is good, orderly direction. All right? Good, orderly direction. God does everything in order. That's where we're going to get our direction from in life. Okay? Because in another, go to another area. I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe there might be somebody in here who's an achiever, and some maybe be an overachiever. So let's look at life. There are three known parts of it: physical, mental, spiritual. Okay? Now, of course, in my studies, I found out there was more parts, and I'll tell you what they are. They are this. They're called a bio. That's the body, okay? Psycho. That's the mind, okay? Social. That's the people and places that people you hang around with, okay? People you deal with in life, okay? Bio, psycho, social, and then spiritual. Okay. So life is bio, psycho, social, spiritual. Now, that's the body, the mind, the people you hang around with, and this right here is so important. And the most important is the breath, the very breath of man, the spirit of man. All right. But here's what I find. If we are biopsychosocial spiritual beings, where do we put most of our energy? That's going to determine our outcomes, right? Whatever we think about the most, and whatever part of us we use the most is where the strength don't come from, right? If you're just working out all day on your body, you're going to get strong in the body, right? Your body going to become solid. And if you're thinking right, it's going to have a lot to do with who you're hanging around with, or what you're doing with your thought process. And you can get that off of Facebook, social media, wherever else you want to get it from. Where you spend your time is where you're going to get your strength. Okay? The mind is going to listen to wherever you've been spending your time. That's where it's going to be thinking about most of the time. You might be cutting somebody's hair and you're thinking about that girl last night, or you cut that man's hair off, lift him all up like that, because that's what you've been thinking. You weren't thinking. So we're talking about the biopsychosocial. Now I want to tell you something about, and part of this has to do with the disease of addiction. Okay, I'm a certified, international certified alcohol and drug counselor, 30 years. All right, I have a master's in addiction studies, UAPB, a bachelor's in criminal justice from South Africa. I want to tell you something. Part of what I'm giving you came through my studies. Part of it came through my life before studies. All right. I've been to every state in the United States and 2 countries, running from myself, trying to find myself, never in the armed forces, but always at war with myself. You see, I found out who my enemy was, and I got free. Because if they're a man, woman, and child ever done me like I done me, I kill them. You see, I sure could do me bad, and then I said, look what y'all made. You see, I grew up now. I'm an adult. And I take responsibility for everything happening in my life. It ain't your fault no. It ain't mama now. It ain't the police now. It's me. Everywhere I went, there I was. So I slept on the bridge between Kansas City and St. Louis when the newspaper come up. I walked up Marion Brains in Atlanta, Georgia for another hit. I've been on the project doors of Washington, D.C. all night long for a hit. I drove from Little Rock to San Jose, California and back with a cast up in my hip 7 years for another hit. I would do anything to get what I want. Right? Now I'm doing anything to get what I need. Right? What I need is a better me. And let me just pause right there and tell you one of the reasons I'm here, because I owe you. Right? I owe everybody I ever met. I owe everybody I meet today, including you all, and everybody I ever meet. I owe all of you all a better me, better than what I was. Okay. So we're going to look at this little triangle. This is where things start, and this is where they end. All right. So we know everything starts. No, nothing starts without him. He is the first and the last, the beginning and the end, right? He's second to nothing and nobody. He is the breath that allows us to get up this morning, right? We're going to take a look at how we live, right? Okay. So he gives us all that we need and some of what we want. We agree? Okay. So this is where we live. That's our corner. Y'all ever been on the corner?
Mm-hmm.
On the corner, posted, right? On the square. And all my life, this is my life right here, on the corner. That's my corner. Now, all my life, I got some goals, some objectives that I want to meet. All right. So we're gonna put them over here. All right. That's what we're trying to get to right there. The goals and objectives. Nothing wrong with it. Except, and let me just point out some of them. I want a nice car. I want a nice job or business, right? I want a good education. I want good children, friends.
Nice house.
House. Got to have a house. I'm gonna put the house down here. I'm gonna put the house big house. Oh, no little house.
Nice
Big
house.
There you go. All right. Oh, fancy car, right? Yeah. We don't want nothing small. Yeah. No. We want the best kids, right? We want the best friends. We want the best business. We want the best job, and we want the best car. We want that best net. No, man, skip that. Rolls Royce, right? I'll tell you about a guy who had a car. Pause right there. Tell you about a guy who had the baddest vehicle there ever was, is, and ever will be. All right. Pastor, you got to back me on this. Let me see if I can do this right. So, is that right or is this for you?
Solomon.
Okay. He was a king. Now I'm gonna tell you about his ride. Now this is my view of reading about this king. This might be the same king. I'm so glad you're here. That God said he was a young king, and God said you can have whatever you want. If you want the head of your enemy, you ask and I give it to you. You want land as far as your eyes can see. Just ask. Cut me off when I get it wrong, and I'll give it to you. You want money, jewelry, whatever, silver and gold, because the cattle 1,000 years belong to me, still, Lord. If I'm getting close, let me know. If I get off, let me know. He said, it's all yours. And the young king said, well, God, I just want wisdom, your wisdom, to lead these your people. It was close. If it's just close, I appreciate that. Now, if I was in his church, I'd be saying, "Amen." So God said, since you didn't want the head of the enemy, you didn't want all the jewelry, you didn't want all the money, you didn't want all the land. I'm gonna give you what you asked for. I'm gonna give you your wisdom. I'm gonna give you my wisdom, and I'm gonna give you all the other stuff too. All right. So that's what I'm so this is what happened. He got a ride. What y'all call him? Not a hoopty, no, not a Bentley, not a Rolls Royce. Let me tell you what he riding in. My understanding is that he had a chariot. Now, a chariot was pulled by horses, all right? Didn't have no motor. But they say his chariot was made of pure gold. And it was adorned in the finest of jewels, sapphires, diamonds, and rubies, and pearls from the Far East. The best that there was, it was. He said it was adorned all over his chariot, all over his golden chariot was all his jewelry, right? In other words, his ride was so bad, ain't never been one like it, never will be. Look, if he hit a bump, and he dropped off one of them big nugget diamonds, you could pick it up and go buy you a Bentley, and he would never miss it, right? If he hit 2 bumps and three jewels fell off, it said it was adorned. That means it was all over. Look, you could go buy you a rocket to the moon with them three jewels, and he'd never miss it. Can you imagine having something like that? And it wasn't, it was just another thing for him, right? Yeah. If he broke that one, he'd go get him for that, right? So anyway, so we want the biggest of stuff. So here's the deal. So we spend our life. Life is short, no matter how long you live. Okay. We spend our life trying to get these things, get the right car. Guess what happens? Might lose the job. Wait a minute, that's all right. Get the right business. Kids start acting up. Ain't got time for business. Or chose the wrong friend. Excuse me. I hate to ignore anybody. I'll call you back. So, life too short. Can't ignore anybody or anything. Hey, be aware, be alive, right? So, here it is. We spend our whole life trying to get this, get that. We get one thing, lose the other. Get the other thing, lose the one we had. It's all through life. Just in and out, up and down, right and wrong. Never can't get right. And there's a reason. Because while we're trying to pursue our goals and objectives, God already got a plan for our life. Men don't plan to fail, they fail to plan, and they don't align their plan with God's plan. He is the glue. He is the glue that'll hold all this stuff to you. But we leave him out. I give him God when I give him stuff. I said earlier, he's second to none. He the first and the last, the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. He don't bow down to no man. But since we come from him, and all good things come from him, everything he created, when he got through, he said he would do it. Now, I'm gonna erase that. I'm gonna do one more thing, and then we're gonna try to get out of here, because I know some people got a place to go, people see got things to do. I don't know if it got nothing to do with what God talking about, but they got something to do. So, first I'm gonna pause for a question. Anybody got any questions? Man, that's good. Man, I'm talking about y'all are astute. So let me tell you, I got 5 grown sons. All right, 45. Be 45. 44. He be 40. 44. 42. He be 42 in December. 37. It's 37. 28. Well, 28 and 29. You know, right? I'm a man, mate. 5 grown men. Come right out of me before you make your mark. I ain't talking like that. You know. These young men, they mold me as I mold them. They have shown me when I was young, and then I saw that I need to straighten up because if I didn't get right, I can't tell them to get right. Right? It's hard to tell your kids, man, you ought not smoke that weed. You ought not do it, boy. You know what I'm talking about? Because he gonna say, Daddy, how you gonna tell me you got to smoke weed? You had your fault. I'm gonna do my thing. Right? So we gotta live by example. All right. We can't tell somebody one thing we do. If you tell another man do it, then you need to say, well, can't you? Have you ever seen me do it? I got 10 grandbabies. My oldest is 25 years old, and and then I got 2 7 years old, and I got grandkids all over the point, and they ain't never seen me pump. Use nothing. All right. So my sobriety date, I didn't have a drink or a drug since September 21st, 1993. I know none of y'all born September. You just getting it.
Who, me? I'm 175.
That's what I said. You just getting it. You a little boy. So that's 31 years. I celebrated 31 years of sobriety just the other day. Yeah, I'm truly grateful. To God be the glory. But I want you to know something, that you have something in you that is so great. It's in you. It ain't in the person next to you. He put it in you. You have got something in you that this world needs, and you are the only one who can deliver it. It must be delivered, else you take it to the grave with you. So, all right, it brings me back to a passage, Pastor, and you may, straighten out if you know. It was that God gave these guys talents, and we're gonna call that life. Okay? He gave one talent. He gave one 3 talents. I think he gave the other one 5 talents. But it might have been 7 talents. But everybody got some talents. So he came back for his talents, which is his life that he gave, right? And he said to the one he gave the 5 or 7 talents, he said, I gave you them talents. What did you do with them? He said, here they are, and I got 5 more too. I used those talents and I made more with them. He said, come on up here a little higher. He said, you've been faithful over a few things. Come on up a little higher. Boy, you're doing good. Come on up here. And then he came back to the other guy. He gave 3 talents. He said, gave you 3 talents. I came back to give him. What did you do with them? He said, oh, I got you 3 talents, and I used them to make 3 more. So I got 6 talents now. He said, good. You've been good over a few things. Been faithful over a few things. Come on up a little higher. I'm going to make you rule over me. So he came to the one with the 1 talent. He said, Well, I gave you one talent. What'd you do with it? He said, oh, I got it. I got to dig it up. I buried it right over here to make sure that I kept it. So when you come back, I have it for you. And he showed me one talent. He said, look, you get on with me. I give you a whole lot. And you ain't do nothing with it. Huh? You got one. Maybe you got two. Maybe you got 5 or 7 talents. Whatever's in you. Use it. Don't let him come back. And you ain't getting nothing with your life. Right? Because
That was deep.
I believe it's something about it. Get on with me. I don't know you. Right? We don't want that. It's something inside you. It's truly in you, and you know it. You already know it. Now I'm going to tell you about your gift that you got, that you should give. My pastor preaches about this, and I always enjoy him preaching about it. So it's something in you, and every one of us, and this is my last saying. We got to do something to the talents. So there is a blessing in you that you owe to somebody and yourself. Let me say it again. There's a blessing in you that you owe to somebody else and yourself.
Amen.
And everybody got it. So you got it. There ain't no doubt about it. Yeah, you got it. Now I'm going to give it to you so you can give it to somebody else so you help him in yourself. Somebody did something. You know who it was? You know what they did? Maybe they didn't do it, but you believe they did it. It's just like they did it. Fancy the real. They still have the same power. So they hurt you. Now I want you to know that hurt people hurt people. The way you've been acting has a lot to do with what happened. What they did or what you think they did made you act a certain way. I'll give you an example. I was a young boy, young girl, and a gal, and a nice car. And then my girl got with another guy, partner of mine. And it almost just changed my whole world. Oh yeah, from that point on. Oh man, I made sure I would fly every day after that. I made sure I kept me 3, 4 gals. Yes, sir. She'll never catch me slipping again. Yeah, him neither, right? They got to pay for what happened with me. So I pull over to her house, and, she was a boy. What's up? I got about 3, 4 girls in the car. I'm ready, homie. Look, down, man. I ain't playing. I'm on now, man.
In that white Cadillac.
No, before that.
Oh, okay.
on.
In the white Cadillac.
So here we go. She said, quit. Cause I'm talking these girls real bad too. Oh, they catching it. So we finna do some things. They need shit up.
Right.
I'm in charge. And anybody gonna get hurt, it ain't gonna be me. Not this time. Not this time. Everybody got to pay for what happened to me. And she asked me, she said, why you treat them girls like that? I said, it ain't me treating them like that, it's you treating them like that. What you did make them have to pay. Right? Hurt people hurt people. That's right. That's right. Man, it took me years to love again. I was getting my man. Somebody said love. I said, I gotta go. That love thing hurt. There was only one way for me to get through. For years. I hope it don't take you years. There's something in you. I told you you had a gift. But you gotta give somebody. And then you give it to yourself too. It's the greatest gift. You got it. There was one reason I'm going to talk about it There's one reason Jesus came here. It wasn't just to feed the multitude, the 5,000, more than once, not counting women and children. It wasn't just to say to have the disciples to go where he said go and do what he said do. It wasn't to call the Pharisees out. It was more to it than that, and this is what he came for. I believe. You think now you want to ask, but he came because all men had sinned and come short of glory of God, and no one was clean enough to go to the Father for redemption. Somebody had to go. A sacrifice had to be made. A clean one. Not one that wasn't sin, wasn't born in sin. And so he came for that reason. Because he was the only one. And so he came. He came for one reason. And whoever it was hurt you. Did what they did. They know what you ever see. Every way you go, every night. You gotta be careful cutting folks out. Because you think about it, big old gash in the head. Thinking about what happened. Somebody come up with a name kind of like this, and you think about it. On a first look at that. Somebody driving a car, they almost remind you have a wreck looking at that. So they gonna with you. Ain't but one way to get free. Jesus said, and I don't mind talking about the Lord saved because he saved my life free. He said, look, now this is somebody that was born homeless, right? Ain't did nothing, nobody. They done marched him from judgment hall to judgment hall and can't find him guilty of nothing. They done whipped him with 9 cattails and they done fed on him and called him everything but a child of God. They done made him, look, they killed him all day. Till the sun refused to shine. Till the moon refused to shine. Till the earthquake. Till blood and water run down the street. Till his mama weep. Killed him all day. It wasn't no just pow, no. All day. Killed him till one man on the side of him say, hey, if you who you say is, get yourself down and get me down too. And the one on the other side of him say, hey, if you're going to your place and you're going to paradise, remember me. Killed him all day. Killed him till he said he's thirsty. Killed him all day. Now, I've done a lot of wrong. If it happened to me, I probably deserve it. But I'm talking about killed him all day. Killed him till he told his mama, don't even weep for me. Weep for you. Killed him till he said, Father, why, ask God, why have you forsaken? Just killed him all day. Killed him till he said, Father, forgive him. Everything's green now. See, green is coming when we use the tool of forgiveness. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The last thing he said, I'm gonna show you your power now. The last thing he said was, Father, forgive him. And right after that, he said, it's finished. What I came here to do is finish. Now, on the 3rd day after he said it's finished, I think he got up with all power of heaven and earth in his hand. You got it in your hand. if you use the power of forgiveness, then you have all power back in your hand.
Amen. Amen.
Because see, they got your power. Yeah, they got your power. And if you forgive them, it's the greatest gift that you possess. If you use it, you forgive them, but don't forget to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for walking in that sin of hate for so long. Power is yours, man. God be the glory. All right. And nobody told y'all today. I'm gonna tell you this. Something that used to sound funny, you see it coming out of my mouth. I couldn't imagine myself saying something like this 30, 40 years ago. I was wondering how men could say things like that. But I'm gonna tell you anyway. I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Amen.
God bless you.
Amen. Amen. Sir, man. Yes, sir. That's good. That's good.
Hey, I got some cards up here if y'all want one. Please take one. Yes, sir. If you need me, if you need to holler at me, call me, man. I answer my phone, believe it or not. Hey, see you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna call them people back.
Hey, that was good.
Go hard. I'm out.
You know, DK.
DK. DK.
Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Y'all really need this.
Right here.
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah. I promise y'all need this. Hey, how you doing?